right, it is finally here. The UCS Death Star from Aliexpress. This is the Fuego set, if you know what that means. Here are the instruction manuals, and it came in a big old cardboard box. It was falling apart. I'm surprised nothing fell out. But yeah, let's zoom out here. We'll zoom out the camera. Ignore the Pikachu and cleaning stuff in the background. Yeah, this is how it looks out of the box. Kind of funny. We'll zoom back in. There's bags numbered 1, 2, 3, unnumbered. And then all these smaller packages, they're starting at, that just says 2, but let's see, what does this one say? 42, it's 40 to 60, and then this bag isn't numbered, but it says 69, and I believe there are 80 bags total. So yeah, this is legit the biggest set I've built, and I believe out there. So this will be interesting to build. So I'm assuming bags 1 to whatever, 20, 30 maybe, are in bag 1. Here are the instruction manuals. They give you 2. And you have the transfer sheet here. We'll take a peek at this. Oh, sorry, they're not called transfer sheets. They're called sticker sheets in this game. I play too much Warhammer, so yeah. Is that normal? Those look like they're overlapping. Yeah, so sticker sheets, some capes in there, the instruction manual, which is falling apart, and apparently someone got hungry packing it. They took a bite out of it, and this, I believe this is just a 1-to-1 copy from the Lego site. They did what I hate, but I get it. It saves them paper. They shrink the instructions to like 25% the size, and they fit all the instruction things on the page. Because I believe it would have been, if this is the actual set, this square would actually be this big. So there would be 4 steps per page, if not 2 per page, like 1. And yeah, there are many steps on a page. So an alternate way to build this is you could just go to the actual Lego site, because they have all the instructions online. And you could pull that up on an iPad, which I might try, and I'll have that on video showing how it looks. But I also do really like physical instructions, because I like just putting like a bookmark or a post-it note underlining the step I stopped at if I go do something for a day or 2, or maybe a week. So I'm not very tech savvy, so I don't know if there's a way on the Lego PDF to exactly bookmark the page and section on the page that you stopped at. But yeah, and then what's funny is that you could tell this is totally a copy paste, because at the end of the instruction manual, sorry, I'm gonna switch hands here. There's like the actual pictures from the booklet. You can't tell, but these are hella pixelated. So you just know they just copy and pasted this out of the instruction manual. Then same thing here. There's like half of an advertisement page, I believe. Yeah, so I think in this picture, it shows like a guy sitting at a table, and this is like behind him. So this is like super zoomed in. Then of course, here's all the figures lined up. And there is the display, the information display. Oh, and there's good old hot tub time machine over there. If you look here, here's the actual information display. From what I could see, actually not most, all of the Fuego sets I've had so far, it says STAW Wars. This actually says Star Wars on it, and it says Death Star. Once I actually have it opened, I'll compare the information on this to the real one. But it looks like I can already see what's wrong with this. So here's the actual information stand. And then if you look here, there's a huge gap here. So they completely misprinted this. This should be almost side to side. So it should be printed side to the side. And if you see here, there is a very small sliver of black. So there's a cut off section of print, which most people actually might not know unless you're comparing them side by side, or they know already to look out for that. So yeah, that's the first thing immediately I've noticed. Hopefully it's not more bad. Is that a word? More bad, badder? This is the first release of the Fuego set. So this is the first ever release of the UCS Death Star off AliExpress. Almost always there's something wrong, there's errors, there's missing pieces. This is the problem you get when you do the first batch. And then as they redo the batches, they'll fix stuff. So they'll probably fix that in the future. But yeah, I'm risking it for the biscuit. This is for display, so I'm not going to be playing with it. For me, if once it's assembled, it'll be good enough for me. So I'm not going to get too critical about it. So yeah, let's get this built up. First, we'll start with opening the bag one and arranging it and seeing how all those bags look lined up. Probably like that. All right, so here we go. This is bag one of all these bags lined up. And bag one is just bags 1 through 10. So that is all of them there. And now we can get a closer look at the Death Star plate. So the Death Star plate, the quality is actually pretty good. It's matted, it's not raised. It feels like it is printed into the piece. And it's clear, as you could tell in the picture, but it is not aligned correctly. You could tell on that right side, it's misaligned and is not reached from left to right, landscaped. But yeah, I'm actually curious how many people will notice this without knowing this is a fake, or if I do tell them it's a fake, will they notice right away that the printing on the right is cut off? But that's all good. It's $160. Well spent, I think, just for the main piece. I can always hopefully someone does a third-party reprinting of this, and yeah. But I don't really care. I usually don't have those out anyway. So yeah, let's get this build started. All right, pro tips. Don't forget to pick up your Costco professional Lego organizing trays. Very helpful, must need. And also your heavy duty Costco trash bin here. Yep, and it has even self-mounting points for your chair. For all this plastic, you could just chuck in the recycling bin after. Pro tips, let's go. Okay, right away, I have to say, these are probably the lowest quality bricks I have gotten off AliExpress. Like, they're hella scratched up all over. They just feel cheapy, I guess. And if you watch my other videos, I am not very critical. I know what I'm getting. So this is actually my first time receiving a first batch of AliExpress Lego. So I kind of feel like they rushed this one out to get it out for Christmas time and New Year's Eve. If you weren't following this set, by the way, when it first released, it was $400 to $500. And then as other sellers got their hands on it, they started undercutting each other, and it went all the way to $160 on New Year's Eve. And they also had a New Year's Eve $20 coupon. So you could, and there's free shipping. So you could have got this pretty cheap. I'm curious how much it'll cost on their AliExpress 2026 March anniversary sale. So there's just a heads up. If you want to avoid the low quality, I guess, you can wait a couple of batches. It might be a year or two, but yeah, you could tell like the brick quality actually feels cheapy. Like I could 3D print a brick thicker than, I feel like if I press in on this brick, I might snap it in half. That has never been a feeling I've had before with an AliExpress brick. I just finished the Rivendell Lego set, and that thing was perfect. Like for how much I spent on that compared to the real thing, the bricks were strong. So, and that's probably in its final form, the Rivendell set. So that set had gone through numerous release batches, and it was perfected. So just a little thing, I want to make sure I set expectations. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a simp for AliExpress, but I'm also not going to be, too critical. I'm just telling you the truth. Anyway, let's get back to the build and build bag one. Okay, so these bags are actually misnumbered. So going by the instructions, which are copy and pasted from the Lego PDF ones, This is actually just bag 1, which I built right now. But if you saw me unbox everything, it was actually numbered on the plastic bags, bag 1-1 through 5. So this is all bag 1, but obviously it's not, because we're moving on to bag 2, which is what it says here. So just a little heads up, if you're gonna follow by the actual Lego instructions, the bags do not match the bag numbers in the book. So that's the first for me. All the Lego sets, all the Fuego sets from Aliexpress have matched 1-to-1 from instruction booklet to the actual plastic bags. So that is something else I noticed within 10 minutes of starting the build. All right, so this is bag 2 and 3. So you pretty much are just building, looks like the base of the Death Star. Very boring build like I anticipated. It's just the same pieces over and over again. So when I did the first base of this layer, the connections between the bricks are actually pretty weak. If you watch my other videos, the Fuego set pieces I say are actually stronger than Lego, to the point where it would make it annoying when you place the wrong piece. But this set, they're weak. So because they're weak, they kind of are loose, but as you build more layers above that, it solidifies the connection point. So now they are pretty sturdy. So I just want to show this, that I am admitting that these connection points are weak, and I'm shaking the F out of this, and it is not falling apart. So if you're building this for the first time and you're worried about those loose bricks, when you build over them, they become pretty secure. So I guess you could say that's where the $1,000 worth of engineering went into for planning out this build. So bravo, thank you for the engineering plans. All right, bag 4 is done, and it's just another layer of the base of the Death Star. So there's a lot of bags, but these are going by quick. So that is the pro of the simple, repetitive Lego build. This is just like not fun to build so far. The Rivendell one was just so much better. So for the real Lego set, it's $1,000. There's a lot of pieces, but they're all just basic, repetitive gray bricks. So it's like, oh, like why is this $1,000? But at the same time, like the pieces being like strong connection points right away. I don't know. This is the first time I've got a Fuego set, and it made me question my Fuego morals. All right, so this is what is supposed to be bag 5, and I come into my first wrong piece. This piece right here is supposed to be a round, smooth stud. So it's supposed to be one of these, and it is a regular round stud, not smooth, topped. And this is for sure supposed to be the piece, because in this bag there is no use of this piece, and this was the only extra piece that was in the bag. So yep, they gave me the wrong part. It's all good, I think. I think it's all good. We'll see. If there's something that's supposed to go over this that needs that smooth part, we'll just have to take it out. So yeah, that is bag 5 going to 6. Okay, first thing. In bag 6, I need this piece, this with the holes in it, and these kind of are serrated looking. I'm not sure if that will matter, but that is also wrong. So I guess this is an issue with first batches. Like I was saying, they really wanted to rush this set out for Christmas and New Year release. And you could tell some pieces are wrong. Some are just different or but similar pieces, so we'll see if this actually matters. Hopefully not. All right, so bag 6 is done. You pretty much just do this little corner piece right here, and I'm assuming bag 7 will be the other side. Yep, bag 7 is that other corner, and now we are working on bag 8. All right, bag 8, you make this little wing here that sticks out. So I'm gonna guess this is gonna be the back of the Death Star, because it is it's a slice of a Death Star. So that's gonna be the flat part. This will be the part sticking out. Whoop, whoop, let's go. Okay, bag 9, you kind of do this little port here and this support beam, I guess you could call it. So not bad so far. Place our first stickers here on these, I wouldn't say they're consoles, I think they're just like lights for this port here to drop down into. All right, the last bag of big bag 1. You do this kind of platform here with these arrows. One thing, if you are doing this, I'm assuming these points are where these Lego pieces were on like a sprue or something, because there's like a little piece sticking out. And I didn't realize it until now. So if that bothers you, you need to shave it down or clip it as close as you can to the flat surface and then put the sticker on. Otherwise, you're gonna have these little air bubbles and you can't get rid of that. So I should have shaved these little points down before I put the sticker on. So that is a epic fail. All right, bag 11 is the rest of this platform and you build the supports underneath so it doesn't collapse. And that is around the 3-hour mark. So for me, it took 3 hours to finish bags 1 through 11. Not bad. So pretty much just building the base of the Death Star. And like I said, very repetitive work, not fun, but I expected that. So not a surprise to me. If you want fun builds, this is probably not the build for you. I'm just gonna say it. All right, so this is not a drill. For the first time in all my Aliexpress sets, I am missing a bag. Luckily, it's not a lot. I'm missing bag 12 and it just builds this little side entrance here. So I'm hoping it was maybe misnumbered. I just checked like all the bags and there is exactly no bag 12. So I'm hoping maybe all the parts are extra in other bags, because I have 3 extra pieces so far, which are some of these smaller pieces that were in some of the bags 1 through 11. So let's hope we have it somewhere. So we're gonna skip to bag 13 for now. All right, 13 is done and you pretty much build all of this flat ground and it kind of just lays in there. It's not really secured. So you just kind of seat it in there as so. And good news, we have found bag 12. It was actually labeled bag 21 and there were 6 bag 21s. But I noticed that there were 2 21-1s. And then I looked at the parts for 12 and noticed that the parts for 12 were in one of the 12-21 bags, because I was looking for a red piece and a blue piece, which was there. It's all good. All right, so this is how bag 12 looks when it's combined with 13. You got that nice smooth background here, this little gate doorway. Ooh, look at that ray tracing. I love that. I actually do like how shiny it is. I'm assuming in the actual Lego set, these are even more clear because this, like I said, is very dusty and scratched. So the actual Lego set would be very smooth. I will give that to Lego. Their pieces are pristine. So that is one thing you are getting in the actual Lego set over the Fuego sets, especially this one. This is probably the worst Fuego set I've seen, where it's super dusty, the debris on it, swirly, yeah. All right, so bag 15, you start to build the elevator, first floor, and the door is functioning, so at least that works. I'm actually curious if the actual elevator function of you changing floors is gonna work perfectly, so we will see, but so far this is looking good. Okay, so bag 15, you start to build the base of the trash compactor room, which is gonna sit the left side here. All right, so bag 17, you do one of the walls of the trash compactor, and it seems functional so far. There it is in the squishing motion. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming next bag will be the other wall. All right, so we are done with bag 17. We complete the other wall of the trash compactor, and we are missing one piece, which I'm not surprised. That's my daughter in the background screaming. We are missing the printed eyepiece for the little trash monster. What's kind of cool is that as you close the wall, that little ramp raises the monster eye to be like looking at them, I guess. And then it collapses. Does not do that, I just broke it. All right, so bag 18, you pretty much build this back wall and the mechanism to close this bad boy. So on the back of it, you have this kind of system to close the trash compactor and then reopen it. So there you go, and that is that. All right, so bag 19, you're pretty much framing the trash compactor, and then you build the elevator. So we build the elevator shaft. That's what it looks like on the back compared to the real one. If you have the real one, you can tell how cheapy that looks there. And apparently, this should just fit right there. Oh my God, that was satisfying, Daddy. All right, so bag 20, you build this kind of door bay here. You have this wall with the control panels to open the door. And then you finish these connection points with some smooth tiles. And if you notice, there's two things missing. There and there are supposed to have 2 printed pieces total, and there are none. So I'm pretty sure throughout the rest of this build, if there's anything that needs an actual printed piece, it's just not gonna be there. Like they didn't even give me a regular like 2 stud flat piece. There's just nothing. So, womp womp. Okay, bag 21, you make this corner piece of the Death Star wall, I guess. And when you make it, you just slip it right here and it should click in place. Okay, so bag 22, we're just doing the base of the second floor right above the trash compactor room. All right, bag 23, more of the walls of that second floor room. All right, another major piece missing. You need 4 panels of this, the classic Death Star, wall, and there's nothing at all. 0 pieces for this, not even flat pieces, just embarrassing. Okay, bag 24, you pretty much assemble the elevator for the second floor, and it is functioning as well. There you go. Yeah, but we are also missing another printed piece that would go here on the side. Wop wop. Epic fail. Okay, I want you guys to know, I will admit when I'm wrong. I'm not gonna delete the old footage. I'll leave it all in to show my anger, but I found a non-numbered bag in the middle of some bags that has all the extra printed pieces and other parts. So I'm gonna guess these parts are also maybe missing pieces from the bags that I thought were missing. And it looks like also random arms and stuff of figures, minifigs. So yeah, all the printed pieces I thought were missing should be in here. So I failed, I will admit that. So now I have to go back and put where all these missing pieces go. All right, so we kind of sped up or skipped a little bit. We're at bag 31 after this completed portion. So yeah, I really like how this is turning out. Look at that drop area there. I love this space area and how they did the trick with the stars. All of this is translating very well, especially now that we found all the printed pieces. This would have been way worse without the printed pieces. Now that we actually do have them, this looks so good. I am amazed. Yeah, we got this little hangar bay here. One thing is that the window is kind of cloudy. It's not crystal clear. And all these smooth black pieces, I don't know if you could tell, but they're also not clear. They're kind of scratched up. But for what I'm using this for display, it is okay, it looks good. And I like how, even though they're still cloudy, they're still very reflective. So they are showing everything reflecting on it. Very nice. I'm actually starting to get excited now on how this will turn out. I just wanted to highlight a piece that has been popping up a lot. Like a lot of these studs are actually weak. So this is a difference between the other Fuego sets. Usually the Fuego sets are actually stronger than Lego, but this is super weak. Look at this piece. Literally, I just turned it upside down, gave it a little love tap, and it popped out. And that happens on a lot of the parts. Especially this part I'm building right now goes on the side, so You probably don't want a weak brick piece that is gonna be lateral, or sorry, side like this. All right, back to the build. All right, so 31. You're building the sides on left and right of the Death Star. And like I said earlier, a lot of the connection pieces are very weak. I actually glued them in because I did not trust those to stay in place while they're pretty much almost sideways. So that is an option you might have to do if you pick this up, the first batch, because these pieces are not strong. Okay, so we are on bag 32 and we're just building the foundation for the third floor, this like kind of control center area. So let's go. All right, so pretty much bags 30 to 41, you just do this whole third floor. Ooh, the camera went a little fuzzy there. So yeah, this build, actually nothing missing. A lot more happier with this. Everything went together smoothly. Everything is functioning. There weren't any loose pieces this time. There is one thing, any clear pieces on any Fuego set, they're kind of cloudy, they're not very clear. Those pieces, if you want, you could order the fake ones online, or sorry, the real ones online. This is pretty cool. This is a functioning little Easter egg. You can pull this out and then you can put it back in for the Emperor. And then behind here, you have Leia's cell. And to open that, you take off this wall, which I'll leave, and you can slide out the whole cell. The door does open, and it actually has a nice satisfying clicking function. Nice. So yeah, all the stuff from the real set are here and functional. So this part of the build, very happy with this. This is where I believe Obi-Wan is like sneaking around the stormtrooper. So that's cool, that's here, and yeah. And we are actually done with the first part of the build. That is book 1, and we are done. All right, I lied. Bags 42 and 43 actually make Darth Vader's meditation chamber, and that slots in this empty area right here. We got Doo-Doo Butter over here playing with her baby Legos. Penelope, say hi now. Great. All right, so I just wanted to show that one of the functional things in this set is actually very functional one-to-one. It's not loose, it's not shaky. So let's try to zoom in here. So this is the screen that shows, not screen, but I think window. They're like looking out and they're seeing Alderaan there, or what they thought was Alderaan, or was it Alderaan? Anyway, here's the planet when Princess Leia says that's their hideout. And then you can turn this little gear and then you switch it to the image of the exploded planet or blown up. So I just wanted to show that it's not like loose, so the image isn't like constantly flipping around. It's very, very secure, so it doesn't move. It literally stays exactly where you want it. So you could have it black if you want, to show that there's just space outside the window. Yeah, the gears are very good, so I actually think they might even be stronger than Lego. So this is one good part of the build. All right, so pages 45 to 60, you're pretty much building the 4th floor of the Death Star. So it's all this. Got the meeting room here. Got this nice little bridge jumping action. I got the elevator room, and then you got the Death Star laser. One thing is, for me at least, the Death Star laser isn't very perfectly round. That might be my technique, because if you see this, it's I've really tried straightening it out, and it was kind of hard. I could still try to work on it, but I just wanted to move on, not spend too much time on it. But it's serviceable, but not perfect. So that might be my technique. Something that's pretty cool is this is fully functional bridge here. So you can extend the bridge out and then withdraw it. We already went over the screen, the window here, not screen, showing Alderaan, and then you could switch it to show it blown up. But yeah, that is looking good so far, and we are almost done. Oh my God, it is finally done. So we just have to assemble the passengers now, and I'm actually gonna say I'm kind of surprised. So after watching a lot of the other videos of people building the Aliexpress brick UCS Death Star, they posted a lot of things wrong. So I was expecting a lot of things to be bad, but there's very few things. Like I said throughout the video, there were several missing pieces, but as you could tell here, we have hella extra pieces. So we have a lot of extra pieces, but we were missing the pieces that those don't help me with. Yeah, the brick quality, like I said, seems pretty weak and thin, but this isn't going to be played with. It'll just be displayed. So those will not be an issue for me. But if you were going to buy this for your kid for some reason, I would not trust this with them. It might break or snap, might be a choking hazard. So yeah, I would not buy this to play with. I would not buy this for any kid who is not a teenager. There's just too many hazards around it. One thing I was curious with, if the shuttle, which is amazing by the way, these joints are super strong, they're not loose. They have fully retractable landing gears. Let's see here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Boop. You can hear that clink, clink, clink. They retract fully. They're nice and flush. Things like that would not be possible usually with a Fuego set. Yeah, so I'm actually surprised. I was really expecting to not like this, and it is amazing. The elevator, by the way, a lot of people were saying it was really crappy, not working. Literally works as if it was the real set. This is my first time using it fully, so let's see if we could bring it all the way up to the second floor, which is up here. You can see the mechanism going there as I turn it. So we're trying to go all the way to the top floor. Oh my God, my hand is tired. And there it is. Oh, something broke. So yeah, there's the elevator. I'll have to figure out what snapped off inside. But yeah, I mean, it works. Is it gonna go back down? All right, I have to figure out what that broken piece was, but I'm curious. What else? The bridge here extends out. Already went over that. This little generator thing swings in and out. You have some play function here on the throne room. There's a little gear. You could attach someone on this pole and you get to have them swinging across. In case the bridge is closed, you could swing across there. Over here, behind this door, you do have the hidden, oh, well, you can't see it because I covered it, but behind there is the secret bathhouse. So, over here in the throne room, there's kind of a big thing missing. The flexible pipe, of which there's about 8. You can see them here. There's some here, and there's 2 long ones in the Death Star radar dish. Yeah, it was too short, so I could not connect the piece. Oh, that goes in there. I'll grab it here, which is this. These are what is holding that window behind Palpatine's throne in place. So yeah, you kind of have a gap there. I don't think it's that big of a deal because most people won't notice unless you bring it up. Also, I'll probably have Vader and Luke squaring off right there. So most people will have their eyes diverted to that instead of that window. But yeah, that window is kind of sad. I'm kind of shocked they did this janky way to hold that window in place. So I ended up having to super glue it in place using my Warhammer glue. I'll put a link in the description below because I've actually had to use that glue a lot on these Fuego sets because there have been some loose pieces and I want to make sure this is secure and doesn't fall off. So yeah. Anyway, that is one of the major things that was wrong in the set. Like I said, there's no missing piece, or sorry, there are missing pieces, but they gave us a lot of extra pieces. And the ones that were missing, I was able to supplement with my extra bits bags. But yeah, I'm actually very, very happy with this. All the play features are all fully functioning. They're strong joints. The actual pieces are weak though, but I expected that because this is a first batch. So this is a risk you take when you buy a first batch from a factory. It's not gonna be perfect, but this, I had low expectations and this actually blew it out of the water. So I'm actually happy with this. Oh, also, sorry, start of the video, I did mention this, but I'll reiterate it. This you would have to replace because this looks so bad. It is off center, it's small. it does not look good. So hopefully in other iterations of this print, they will fix that. So that was the figure, but let's take a look at the minifigures. All right, so here are all the minifigures assembled, and we have a major issue with these figures. Luckily, I don't really care because this is display, like I said, but this might bother you. We are missing a whole lot of their hands, and I believe I'm missing a Luke Stormtrooper. So this is the Han Solo one. I'm missing a Luke one. So we're missing a figure, and we're also missing a lot of their hands. So his hands, these officers don't have any hands. These guys, they gave me the wrong colored hands. They're supposed to be skin colored. And then we got the Colonel. Colonel Sanders here also has white gloves, but he's supposed to have a skin colored hand. So that might bother you a lot. So I'm gonna see if I could get replacements. Honestly, it might just be cheaper to buy it on Aliexpress, just buy the cheapest random figures, and then just take their hands. But then now I have figures with no hands. So I guess I'll just cut up their body parts and put in the trash compactor at that point. All right, so besides the missing pieces, let's go over how they look. I think they look not bad. Like, I have very low standards. Like, these look good to me. They look clean. They are stiff. There's no loose pieces. There's Krennic. Ignore my hands. I got glue all over them from gluing the crappy pieces here. We even got the Royal Guard with their new capes, this deep red. It's a lot darker red. Vader here actually looks pretty good in my opinion. He even has detailing on the back of his head there. And we got the Emperor here with his dual wielding force lightning, his evil face, and then he has printing on the back. This is actually the first set I've got where they actually printed other facial expressions on the back of the heads. So very cool. I think Galen Urso, I can't see. Galen Urso also had it, but I switched them around. Yeah. Luke has printing on the back of his head, but it's covered by his hair. Here are the grunts. Here's the new figure that is exclusive to the UCS Death Star. Printing on the back as well. He's also dual faced. He has a different expression on the back. And then here are all the helmets for the Stormtroopers, and they look bad. This might irk you too, but these do not look good. So these are pretty common pieces. You could probably buy actual Stormtrooper helmets online. But yeah, besides that disappointment, oh, let's look at this other exclusive. It is the hot tub Stormtrooper. And I actually think this looks good. The printing's very clean, nothing hazy. This looks good to me. Let me know in the comments below. Does this look off? Because to me, this looks great. People were opening the boxes and stealing this figure or breaking into the display cases that were displaying the set to take this figure. That's crazy to me. And then of course we got the Dr. Droid there and the Mouse Droid. Okay, let's get these displayed up. All right, and that is it. Everything, all the minifigures inside. I was actually wondering if I needed to buy more figures to fill out the model, I guess you would call it. But there is actually pretty jam-packed with figures. Maybe just add 6 more Stormtroopers just to take their helmets and their hands. I mean, these like the crappy Aliexpress Stormtroopers I could push into the background, and the real Stormtroopers I would put up front. But yeah, this looks so good. We got Leia and Hot Tub Stormtrooper getting a little crazy up top. Emperor with his Royal Guard. We got Darth Vader and Luke about to battle it out. We got the Doc chilling up here with the security guard. We got the Death Star gunners. We have Luke swinging in, taking out some baddies. We got Han disguised Solo and Chewie about to take out this room here, while regular Han Solo's running from some stormtroopers. We got a dead body over there. And then Ben, good old Ben, has no hands, so he's gonna chill here until he gets hands to use his lightsabers. Then here we got some stormtroopers at attention with the dignitary droid and an officer by the Imperial shuttle. And then of course we got C-3PO and R2-D2 hacking it up in the control room here. And then last but not least, we got the meditation chamber and the conference room. Yeah, looking good. It'll look better with, you know, the figures with their missing hands and a few more legit figures added in. But yeah, this looks really good. All the people complaining about the set, they were blowing it up for, I don't know, clickbait, I guess. But besides the missing pieces, I think this was worth it. This is worth the 160 bucks. 140 with a coupon. During the anniversary sale in March 2026, you might even be able to score this for 120 or under, because everyone is trying to undercut each other to get their sales, and Aliexpress gives you coupons on top of that. So keep an eye out if you want this, or you could hold out for the new batches. Hopefully they fix all those complaints that I just made. But yeah, I am very happy with this. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.